fact, because of this, we doubled up on activities in terms of stakeholder engagement and sensitization, on the need for export promotion through other formal means, in addition to informal across the border trade. The loss of foreign exchange and the general suppression in economic activity along there has become priority for the entire administration. The administration has been taking steps. Indeed, with ECOWAS, discussions we all know have been ongoing and where they've landed. But whether or not countries are members, we're brothers and sisters, and trade must continue. So we continue to activate and stimulate economic activity in that area, and supporting particularly the agriculture value chain with grains production. We work very closely with the Ministry of Agriculture in making sure that the value addition and the transportation and storage, those are some of the programs that we have in our budget that we have to really step up on and make sure that we deliver on them. For this very reason that is also raised. Made in Nigeria goods are what we all must embrace and continue to embrace, but not just with mouth only. The value addition required, and I'll actually hand over to the Honorable Minister of State. We've been working on this, and you know from the agencies also under the ministry, working with small and medium-sized enterprises, vocational training, stakeholder engagement, working on value addition, the regulations that small businesses need to thrive, the single window initiative of this administration, and what that will do for us as a trading nation, really focusing on prioritizing exports of made in Nigeria goods and utilizing African Continental Free Trade Area. We continue to use that. So apart from even all our neighbors, not just in the ECOWAS region, but across the continent, Nigeria earlier, around the middle of last year, started exporting under AFCFTA, and Nigerian businesses, we continue to support them through trade fairs, internally, domestically, and abroad, to showcase made in Nigeria products. These are some of the priority initiatives and programs and projects that we have lined up for 2025. In addition to the issue you mentioned around smuggling and standards, market access, and making sure that Nigerian goods can penetrate and standards to meet international markets and regional markets, we continue to prioritize increasing in production, increasing in competitiveness. The administration as a whole has instituted several reforms that have made sure that the worst of the pain is over and Nigerian businesses can now continue to produce, and we continue to support them on productivity and competitiveness with the regulations and legislation that we've made available for Nigerian private sector. Honorable Saleh talked about the IGR and the drop in IGR. This is something that is of concern to the ministry as well. We know that the economy has slowed down, and because of that and the pains of Nigerians, while we still want to really increase our IGR, we're also mindful of increasing our rates at a time when Nigerian businesses are going through a lot. So this is just a reflection of the general economy, and we expect it to be reversed as the economy has already started to pick up. So while that target is seen low, it's just in line with the trends, and we expect to exceed it. This is also on the observation. I will hand over to the Permanent Secretary and the DFA are also here to speak to the specifics. Government is a continuum, and the Honourable Minister of State and I take full responsibility. However, we'll also let distinguished senators and honourable members have more details from the civil servants who are actually on ground. Distinguished Senator Adams Oshomole, thank you for the contributions. Always very interesting and stimulating. Branding Nigeria is one of the most important activities that this ministry does, both domestically. It's extremely important to us that we retain the investment that is in Nigeria. We don't want any businesses to leave. and the businesses that are on ground, we want to make them comfortable. So we've been doing a lot of activities. We have the Platform Business Champions program. We have programs directed at small and medium enterprises. We have programs for every cadre of businesses, even nano. We have gender-sensitive programs for women entrepreneurs to make sure that around the country, and that's one thing about this ministry, our work covers every single constituency in this country. We work in rural areas, we work in the cities, we work across sectors to make sure that every joint chairs of the committee, of the joint committee, Senator Sadiq Kumar of Parano, the chair of the Senate Committee on Industry, Senator Kadamsi of Osun East, the chair of the House of Reps Committee on Commerce, Honorable Ahmed Munir Leary, the chair of the House Committee on Industry, Honorable Dolapo Badu of Lagos, the chair of the House Committee on Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises, Honorable Mansour Soro, the deputy chairs of the various committees, distinguished senators here present.
Are you ready to address?
Yes.
We have access to some document. We have that document. I don't have.
I'd like to hand over to the Honorable Minister of State of the Ministry, and then the Permanent Secretary, and then the Directors. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning, Chairman, distinguished senators, honorable members. My name is Senator John Owen Eno. I'm the Minister of State in charge of Industry, Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment.
The co-chair, distinguished senators, honorable members, honorable ministers, dear colleagues. My name is Ambassador Nura Alba-Ribi. I'm the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment.
The co-chair of the Joint Committee, distinguished senators, honorable members, two honorable ministers, permanent secretary. My name is Joseph M. Milua, the Director of Policy, Planning, Research and Statistics of the Ministry.
Good morning, distinguished chair, distinguished members of the House. Good morning, honorable ministers. Good morning, my permanent secretary. Good morning, my colleagues. My name is Amaka Onora. I am the Director of Resource Management Department, Ministry of Industry and Investment.
Good morning, co-chair, distinguished senators, honorable members, the two ministers, the permanent secretary, the director of the ministry, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mohammed Bello. I'm the director of finance and accounts of the ministry.
Good morning, Chairman, Co-Chairman, distinguished senators, honorable members, my honorable ministers, PAMSEC. My name is Olusho Akilon. I'm the Director of Legal Services of the Ministry.
Good morning, co-chair, distinguished senators, members of the House, my two ministers, permanent secretary, my colleagues. My name is Mohammed Nazir Abbas. I'm director for coordination of the ministry. Thank you.
4.65 billion center. The overhead, 1,455,545,652, which is a slight increase in the overheads. And the personnel cost is based on the staff strength as provided by IPPIS. For capital budget, 3,455,000,000 844,978,433 naira, which is based on the ceiling allocated to the ministry. For revenue generation, our projection for 2025 is 2.4 billion. For internally generated revenue for 2023 and 2024, 1,938,200,000 was the IGR projection. The actual generated was 2,377,177,90.8.68, which was 121% generated and remitted to CRF. In 2024, the projection was 2 billion. The actual generated was 2,154,425,020 naira 52 kobo, which was 108%. And as stated earlier, the projection for 2025 is 2.4 billion. Distinguished senators, honorable members, the budget for the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment has been summarized for 2023 and 2024. In line with the 8-point agenda of this administration, and as mandated under point 7 of that 8-point agenda, the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment is fully committed to working hard with all colleagues and stakeholders to deliver economic acceleration and diversification through industrialization, digitalization, creative arts, manufacturing, and innovation, thus ensuring the speedy attainment of the renewed hope agenda of the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR. However, without the continuous support and guidance of our distinguished senators and honorable members, the ministry may not be able to achieve all the desired impact. The ministry's 2025 capital proposal stood at 3.8 billion, which is inadequate to meet the scope of work required to deliver this impact to Nigerians across the nation. As a result, we would appreciate additional funding for our priority capital projects and programs to enable us to expedite some of our projects in line with the objectives clearly articulated in the National Development Plan and the Medium-Term Expenditure Framework as presented to the National Assembly by Mr. President. In this regard, it's on this regard that on behalf of the Nigerian people, we continue to request for your invaluable support in delivering on the set objectives of the ministry to enhance the development and growth of the Nigerian economy. I therefore want to most sincerely thank our distinguished senators and honorable members for their unwavering support for the work of this ministry, and as we anticipate the committee's finalization of its 2025 budget. Thank you for your attention, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.